Let's go check out my reptile room. So then guys, let's get straight into this video then. We're going to show you around all the animals we've got, their enclosures and absolutely everything. Stay tuned to watch through. Today we're going to start with the bosc monitor. This is his enclosure. It is a 6 foot wide enclosure. It's got 2 basking bulbs, giving the perfect ambient temperature. It's got a couple of strip UVB lights in there, and it is fully bioactive. It's got a clean-up crew of tropical grey wood lice, powder blues. He's got a few dwarf whites in there. We only put the dwarf whites in simply because he ate a lot of the tropical grey, so we're having to put an awful lot in there. There he is right now. Now, one thing we are planning on doing to this enclosure, we are planning a full background with a few ledges and make it look a bit more natural. We're planning on adding an awful lot more plants into the enclosure, but he has demolished an awful lot. As you can see, they're a bit wilty now. There's his little burrow underneath all those rocks. Now we'll put them there so that he can get in and he can burrow down, and he's got that little log there to help with a bit of support. He loves to burrow underneath there, but he has trashed it. You can see all the little dig outs he's done, all the burrows. He loves digging around in this enclosure. So yeah, anyway, that's Hugo's enclosure. Hugo the bosc monitor. Awesome name. It's got his cool side, his hot side. It's just perfect for him. He absolutely thrives. He uses the entire enclosure. We have changed his diet slightly over the past sort of few months. He's on a solely insectivore diet at the minute. We like him to run around. He's leaned down quite nicely. He was getting a bit chubby, and these do suffer with fatty liver disease quite commonly. So we don't want that, so we've reduced his food intake. He's a nice slow growing animal now, and he's healthy as anything. He's around about 18 months old, and he's absolutely loving life with me in this enclosure so far. It's not his full-time enclosure. He will be getting a bigger upgrade as and when he grows. But let's move on. Let's move up the enclosure, up to Popcorn's enclosure. Now, Popcorn is directly above Hugo's enclosure. As you can tell, it's a bit dark right now. We have got his lights turned off. Popcorn's enclosure. Now, he's in a 6 foot enclosure, 3 foot deep, 3 foot tall, exactly the same as Hugo. It's the same enclosure, just split in half. That's a beautiful enclosure for one hell of a beautiful creature. He's a sunglow boa constrictor. He's around 2 years old, maybe 3 years old, close to. He was bred up as a male breeder, and we're just keeping him as a pet because he is absolutely stunning. Such a good, kind temperament. He feeds on guinea pigs at the minute. And as the same with Hugo, he uses the entire enclosure, and he loves a good stretch out in that enclosure. He's around about 6 foot long, and absolutely loves to come out to play. Let's move on to the reptile room. We'll head down here to the bearded dragon, Diego. So yeah, this is Diego. He's in his 4 foot enclosure. There's nothing really new here. He's had a new bulb put in. That's only because his old one blew. But there is literally nothing the same. There he is again. Lovely little animal. Dead placid, timid. He's 4 years old. He eats bugs twice a week, salad every day, custom enclosure. That's literally about it with Diego. He's got his hot side, his cold side. There's nothing changed. It was the first reptile we ever owned. An absolute creature, the absolute best we've ever owned. He's an absolute diamond. He's massively controversial, but we've moved on anyway. We're heading up to the Locust breeding facility. It's just a 3 foot enclosure. It's got a ceramic heater in there, a couple of climbing bits, and a couple of tubs of topsoil. This is our Scolopendra black flame. This is sat on top of the Locust breeding facility. Bioactive enclosure. This is due an upgrade. It's not the next one to get upgraded, but it is the second one. It's just a normal bog standard cocoa fibre, bioactive, clean up crew, log, and a decaying pothos plant. There he is down the back, just chilling out, basking under the jungle dawn LED light. And right next to that one is the next one to get upgraded, the Pacman frog, Ben the Pacman frog. His setup is very similar to the Scolopendra. It's still just a standard 12x12 Exoterra, fully bioactive, clean up crew, of tropical grey wood lice, dwarf wood lice. We've got a few orange in there as well, but this is the next one to upgrade. There they are both together, just two 12x12 Exoterras that both desperately need an upgrade. So let's take a little break from proceedings for a moment. If you are enjoying the video, please run over, hit the thumbs up button. It really does help the channel. Let's carry on. Back over in the reptile room, hidden away in the corner, is our mealworm and morio worm breeding area. We just breed our own mealworms, our own morio worms, one for live food. We tend to breed a little bit too many, so we tend to sell them on our northern exotics eBay page. So if you do need any, nip over and have a go at them. They're a great way to start off your farm anyway. We sell all the beetles and everything. And plus, my little lad gets involved in all this. He especially loves separating out all the worms into the little separate pots. And watching them grow and transform, he loves it just like I do. That's the sort of different style of breeding them that we're just sort of separating at the minute. As you can tell, we just chucked everything in there. The food, the oats, the beetles, absolutely everything. Over there, that's in the other side of the room. That's just all of our leaf litter, our leaf mulch. Just separating it all out, drying it all out. So yeah, nothing really special about that just there. Let's move on to this little rack in the corner. Now this has got our grubs in it. It's got a few stick insect babies in it, a bit of wood that we use to kick around in some of the enclosures. It really is nothing special. Got some millipedes there on that top shelf there. And then just some spare containers. They are going to be filled eventually. And then we move down onto this little rack on the floor. It does look a bit of a mess, but this was a quick fix sort of thing. We've got a big dubia colony in the big one. In the little one, we've got a load of baby hypo boa constrictors. There's a heat tape under one side of it, all thermostated. And then in the rack, we've got the big rack that I made. If you want to know a video about that, I'll stick a card up in the top corner. But in the rack, this is the second drawer down. It's just a big tropical grey woodlice colony, a sort of mother colony, if you will. And there's the rack in total. It's just three containers, 32 litre rubs. We've got the leopard gecko in that one there, the male breeder. He's actually in with the females at the moment. So I can't really get him out to show. But then over to the Viv stack. We've got a stack of 3-foot Vivs. The bottom one just there, that's our male lesser royal python. Directly above is our bioactive female leopard gecko's enclosure. 2 leopard geckos in there. We've got a female blazing blizzard and a female max snow. Fully bioactive with a cleanup crew and everything. Now this is an interesting one. That's our super pastel yellow belly royal python. And then we've got a little Exoterra nano and the millipedes and snails. Now this right here, this lives on top of our boa constrictors enclosure, so it adds a little bit more heat. This has got our different little wood lice cultures inside it. This top one's got our Porcellina levius powder blue, so it's our powder blue wood lice in that one. The next one down, we have got our tropical orange isopods. Here you go, I'll turn this piece of wood over so you can see them a little bit better. There they are, the tropical orange. As you can tell, I've got a few little babies kicking around in there as well, so they're culturing up just nice. I have found out they do like it a little less humid than the rest of the species, so they're in the middle drawer anyway. And then we'll shut that one up and I'll open up the bottom one with our dairy cows in it. There you go, dairy cow isopods are in that one. I'll stick a little b-roll on the screen so you can see them a little bit closer. They're an absolutely amazing species. It's again just another morph of the Porcellina levius, but I'm enjoying them. But let's leave them to it and we'll head on up to this little Exoterra nano. Again, fully bioactive. Now in here, it doesn't look like a lot. We've got a couple of cocoons in there from a couple of flower beetles. So when they hatch out, they've got enough space in there to have a go around. In the middle there, that's where our giant millipedes are. And on the end, in the corner over there, that's our giant snail babies. Let's move on to something else. So let's move on to the millipedes. These are the 2 new millipedes that we did pick up at SEAS, the Southeast Arachnid Show. This is their little bioactive tub, shall we say, and they're loving it in here. They're eating loads. They're going to hopefully breed, and we'll see what we can make from these. Aren't they beautiful? In this little enclosure, this is just a 3 litre Blast tub, stood up on its end. This has got the black beauty stick insects in. As you can see, it's quite wild in there. We gave them enough space, enough climbing area. Down here, these are our 2 this is our 2 tubs of grubs that we did pick up from SEAS. If you want to see the SEAS video, I'll stick a card in the comment up the top corner. And then we move on to the scorpions and the spiders. So the 2 baby tarantulas we got, they're around about an inch long. 2 brachypalma species. They're both exactly the same species. And the 2 scorpions are both just standard Asian forest scorpions. Again, they're only little. And in the other tub on the top corner, just there, they've got a couple of springtail cultures and some more millipedes. This tub is the Bumblebee Millipedes. And as you saw when the camera did pan around, we've got a load of rubs on the floor. This is what's inside them. Little baby hypo boa constrictors. CB18 August, absolutely doing amazingly. We're feeding on rat pups at the moment. We're going to rear them up a little bit and then we're going to try and find some nice homes for them. This is a clip of the super pastel yellow belly royal python. He's always hiding away back there in the corner, eating like a champ as always. And then on to Xena. There she is up there. As you can tell, she's calmed down an awful lot since we have helped her out. She's still got the odd problem or two. Oh, there she is. but we're still working on her. We've changed our tactics, so to speak. We're no longer getting her out just to fix her. We're getting her out for handling and then occasionally a fix. She's just out of shed, looking as beautiful as ever. So it won't be long before she's out of quarantine and into a new enclosure. As you can tell, she is working perfectly fine. Look how strong that is. I'm so chuffed with her improvement so far. I can't wait for a lifetime with her. Where's she going? So guys, if you've enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe and hit the notification bell. It's all about confidence. And I shall see you all next time.